Hey YouTube, I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, and I've been getting a lot of emails here lately from people who just want to know whether I'm still around, still alive, still in one piece. And I just wanted to let everyone know that yes, I'm still riding. I just tend not to ride as much anymore for multiple reasons. I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, been getting a lot of emails. And so, I still appreciate the subscribers and everyone that still watches the videos and everything. But been very busy lately, so haven't had as much time to put into motorcycling, and also the video aspect of it have kind of fallen by the wayside because I've been so busy. And so, going to create this little short video as a way to just let everyone know that I'm still here, still riding, not as much as usual, but still into it. Well, one thing that's new is that I'm no longer on the East Coast, and I guess you can tell that because it's sunny and we're in February. So yeah, I'm on the West Coast now for work purposes. And so one of the major things that happened obviously is that I relocated, and so I'm not on the West Coast. I'm in San Francisco now and have been since June of 2010. And so I've been working a lot, and that's primarily the reason why I haven't had time to ride as much. And I don't know, I guess I would say overall that the luster and the excitement associated with making videos is kind of fallen by the wayside. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I know that we got a new generation of video riders who keep up the tradition. But I don't know, maybe in the future I'll kind of get back into it a little bit more. At this point I'm so bogged down with other things I gotta take care of that for the most part, videoing while I'm riding, I do it very, very rarely. And then the videos that I produce aren't really the type that you would want to post because they're not really all that exciting. So I tend not to post them. I have a collection of videos that I haven't posted. I might run through them, just see if I can take clips of them and put them together. But yeah, that's pretty much where I've been at this point, working many hours, and so that has taken away from time that I would otherwise spend riding, and also getting used to a new city. And I found a pretty good place to ride, and there's probably a few others I'm just not aware of. But either way, as I get a little bit more experience here, I'll learn a little bit more. But yeah, in San Francisco now, so if you do see videos, they will be on the West Coast now. And one thing about the West Coast is there are so many other motorcyclists because the weather tends to be so great that you can ride your motorcycle year-round. And so scooters, motorcycles, they're all over the place. And I'm finally in the place where I can lane split legally, and that's a lot different than I'm accustomed to. And so lane splitting is interesting. That when I was on the East Coast, I would lane split quite often, and you could see that in the videos. I would lane split a lot. But I don't know, now that I can do it and can do it legally, I don't know, I find myself not doing it as much, unless, if I'm in deep traffic and it's just more beneficial for me to go ahead and get ahead a few car lengths, then I'll go ahead and do it. But for the most part, I tend to just kind of stay in my place and ride the speed limit, or maybe a little bit above the speed limit. But either way, at least I can do it legally now. I don't have to hesitate. I must say, I am truly thankful to be on the West Coast now. It not only puts me in close proximity to my family so that I can visit them, but the fact that I can ride in such nice weather at the beginning of February and it's sunny out is, I mean, I'm wearing my mesh jacket instead of my leather because it's so warm and the weather's so great. I'm not accustomed to having this kind of weather at this time of the year. In fact, I think on the East Coast in certain places they're just getting through snowstorms right now. So at this point, if I was on the East Coast, I'd have my motorcycle put up and wouldn't be riding it at this time. But I'm just glad that I can pull it out almost any day of the week and can ride. And that's something I'm not really used to. It's interesting though that while I do have more an opportunity to ride based upon the weather, that I'm working more and therefore don't have the opportunity to ride with regard to time. And what that means ultimately is that I probably get to ride maybe once every other week now or something like that. And that's a significant decline from what I used to do, because I would ride 2 times a week. I know that's not that much either, but it's certainly a decrease now. And I guess I've kind of gotten used to it because I tend to be so occupied with other things now that I don't even think about riding until maybe I have a day off, which, you know, is few and far between as it is. But when I do get a day off, then definitely I get out, I ride a little bit and try to make sure the motorcycle stays in pretty good shape, keep it clean, and make sure I change the fluids and work the engine from time to time. And yeah, still got the same motorcycle at SV650S 2003. And yeah, man, I still enjoy this motorcycle. I figured by now I might be tired of it. I might want to move up to something bigger, and perhaps in the future I'll do that. But at this point, I'm still pleased with the power and the style of this motorcycle. I think I'm just probably accustomed to it. I think switching right now, not only would it cost me more money, but I'd have to get accustomed to a new motorcycle, especially in my current situation where I don't have as much time to work with a motorcycle. It's probably just best for me to stay with this one for right now. And then, of course, you know, in the near future, if things change, then I can consider doing something different. But I don't know, still in great shape. And the fact that I haven't been riding it that much is probably the reason why it's still in great shape. I didn't realize how much I had missed being on the West Coast until I relocated. And what I mean by that is really just the weather, because really, you know, with motorcycling, it's great. I can do it year round. And, you know, I'm accustomed to actually having to store my motorcycle during the months of maybe December to mid-February when I was on the East Coast. And of course here I don't have to do that because I can ride almost any month. I mean, you have a few weeks here and there that have pretty harsh weather, but it clears up pretty quickly. And then you have days that look like this in February, which, you know, I'm not really accustomed to seeing that very often. And as a result, man, I can get a lot more use out of my motorcycle, you know, of course, when I have the time to ride. And yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, the weather is excellent out here. San Francisco, of course, is not the best weather. I mean, it's not the best. You're going to get those cold days, foggy. It's not as good as maybe inland East Bay. They tend to have better weather. But either way, I mean, San Francisco compared to DC, they just got over a few snowstorms over the past few weeks. And obviously, I'm not getting any snow here. I can ride when I need to.